Hey, welcome to the Click Boom Podcast. My name is DJ DarkwingD. With me, as always, is icebug, and we have working sound.
Hey, look at us. It took forever, but we got it, and I've learned lessons for the future, so...
Just one of those fancy things.
It's because we're using software that's way above our level, because I wanted to do fancy things, but, whatever. That's cool.
It is what it is. So, welcome to the show. We do appreciate you joining us, whether you're watching us on Twitch, YouTube, VOD, whatever. Thanks for being with us. So, Clint, how was your week?
For me, not so bad. But I heard you've been having quite a few issues.
It was mainly today that was just such a pain in the ass.
Sure.
Meaning I have zero fucks left to give. Like, I know I told you and I told the audience that I'm like trying to watch my mouth now when we do this. Mm-hmm. And even when I like put up my new when I did my last Let's Play of this week's game, like I even tried my hardest. And there were a couple of times where I just like wanted to scream out the F word because I got so scared.
Right.
But today I just have none left to give, so I just don't care. So
Right.
I did email. I mailed in my check for my car payment last week, like last Friday, literally a week ago. They never got it. So their response was, "Hey, great. So you just need to send us another check." Well, what happens if you get the first check I sent you? Like, are you guys going to just tear that up, or are you going to cash it? Oh yeah, we'll cash that one too because it'll slip through the cracks. Well,
sure.
What the hell am I supposed to do then? Like, let me call the bank and I'll get that check canceled. Oh, hey, we're your bank. You have to pay us $30 to cancel this check.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No.
If it wasn't so convenient to be able to pay my credit card, like using their app, I would just I would get a local bank. Like, these guys are terrible. And I'm not going to say what bank it is. So
I have a smaller bank and I don't have apps and stuff, and I get through okay, but I understand it's super easy and stuff. So
yeah, see, like I could do a lot of stuff like bill pay and set that up to automatically go, and I can transfer money between my checking and savings. I can pay my credit card. Like I use my credit card. Like I always paid it off at the end of the month, but great credit builder though. So that's the only reason I keep that around. But man, these guys are really making me think I should probably just go with a local bank.
Right.
So, but then, so I was supposed to go out this weekend. Like that's why we're recording now. Like I was going to be heading back to Columbia to. I was going to go to this rock climbing gym that looks really fun, and I was going to hit my buddy's bar and get this. He's got this food there called fire fries. Okay.
Ooh,
now stay with me.
Sounds great. I'm with you. Yeah, I don't have to stay. I'm already here.
So basically, it's fries with a ton of cheese, bacon, and hot wing sauce.
God, that sounds
my
great.
God! Yeah, you can get jalapenos with it too, and ranch.
Oh yeah, all
like
of that,
the ranch.
please.
The ranch
Thank
sells
you.
it. I might just try to make them at home this weekend. They're not going to be as good, but
right.
We'll
but
see.
That's okay. Something.
Yeah. So, but I haven't gotten my oil change in like 6 months.
That's not good.
No, granted, I've only put 2,000 miles on my car in the past 6 months.
Okay, not so bad.
So
then.
I figured, okay, I'll just wait it out, and then going out this week, I was like, okay, let's go ahead and do that, and they called me up today and were like, yeah, so I'm the only person here, and I'm busy doing this, so I can't fit you in for a 10-minute fucking oil change.
Okay.
They're closed on Saturdays. So I have to wait till next week. Now, I could go somewhere else, but the reason I'm going to these people is because I paid for like the coupon basically on a deal thing that they were having, $9 for an oil change.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Now, I'm already halfway broke anyways. Like, literally after paying my bills, I have like $200 left for the next couple of weeks.
Right.
So, like, I'm trying to conserve money a little bit, which means I shouldn't be going out this weekend anyways, but I need to. I've not left this damn town once since I moved here 6 months ago.
Oh, that's not good.
So,
not very
no,
fun.
not at all. No, I need to get out. I'm going freaking crazy, man. So that's not happening. On top of this, I forgot to mention this one to you earlier. Like, remember last week I said I was going to be going to Kansas City for the Renaissance Festival?
Yeah.
So basically it was going to be me, and two dudes from my old station. One of them I haven't even met. He's actually the guy that got hired after I quit. So he's like in my old position. So
Right.
he was going to be our designated driver. Well, he had to work, so he backed out. And then I got the tooth pulled, so that didn't help either.
Right.
So we're like, all right, we'll just wait, one more weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And so he couldn't go. So the one guy couldn't go because he had to work. And then the other guy was like, hey, so why don't you come down? I'll be the DD. And if you drink too much, you can just stay at my place.
Yeah.
No answer at all. He
Oh,
messages me back this afternoon and is like, hey, so by the way, I'm not going to be able to go this weekend.
thanks
Well,
for the
freaking
heads up, man.
obviously, thanks for the heads up a week late.
Jeez.
So like I'm done. I have zero fucks left to give. I just want some real food right now, which I won't get till tomorrow. I'm probably still going to go eat very well tomorrow. I think I'm going to go to Golden Corral for breakfast.
Ooh, yeah.
Sonic for lunch.
Okay.
I've been craving their mozzarella sticks and a chili cheese dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I'm going to go to the bar for dinner and grab a burger and a couple beers.
Oh, that sounds good.
And I'm going
We're
to gain
gonna,
like 3 pounds.
yeah, we're gonna go get some Japanese food after we're done recording here. Just
You know
gonna
what?
come home, so.
My stomach cannot do Japanese food.
Oh God, I love
There
it
used
so
to be
much.
this great Japanese place right next to where we lived in California, and we'd go there all the time. But I always paid for it the next day.
Sure. Okay.
Like but it was so good. It was. But so okay, going to a quick serious note.
Yep.
I want to talk about Total Biscuit. Now, have you heard about this yet?
Yeah. We just talked about it before the episode, but that's all I know about it. So why don't you just
Well,
tell
you're supposed
everybody?
to just say, yeah, a little bit. I heard a little bit about this. Why don't you tell us more about it instead of, yeah, we've pre-planned out all this crap we're gonna say.
No, I did that though. I like let it over to you, and then you just started complaining. But whatever, man.
Told you, I've had a shitty day. No
Okay,
fucks
what do
to
you got?
gives. So, okay, so the word's out by now. His cancer's back, and it's a really unfortunate situation. They didn't find it in his colon anymore. They found
Mhm.
it in his liver, um, and they said it's inoperable. And they only gave him a couple years to go. And man, that's rough. And I just wanted to throw out some good vibes his way.
Mhm.
He's been such a good content creator, YouTuber, streamer, and just all around good guy. I mean, it it really does suck that this happens to the good ones.
Right.
And we really wish him the best of luck, and maybe chemo can help him out quite a bit, and
Yeah, I hope
maybe
so.
send him into remission.
That'd be
So
pretty great.
so TB, man, this one's out for you. Best of luck, man. So, and like I explained to you earlier, man, I hate to see this happen. This is kind of almost what happened with my dad.
Right. Yeah,
Uh,
which is the worst.
yeah, it went from his colon to his liver, and then from his liver to his lung, and after that, he was gone. I mean, he fought for like 11 years, but once it moved to his lung, he was gone in 2.
Oh,
So
that's too bad.
yeah, so actually, and Wednesday would have been his 60th birthday. So, so yeah, all right, enough sad stuff. Let's move on. So I want to talk something Dota real quick with you. What the hell was up with Navi?
We'll just talk about that later. We got some other Valve-related things that we can do.
All right, well, what do you want to bring up first then?
Let's just do this unboxing thing because I want to get my hands on this controller.
Yes, I want to
so.
see this.
So let's do this. Look at these buttons. Okay. So, that's reversed. We'll just go to the top shot.
Dick
Okay.
shot. There we go.
So we have the Steam controller. I just got this in the mail, probably 2 hours ago. I've been waiting this entire time to open it just for you guys. Saving it. I am saving it just for you. And I got my controller thing working here, which is super great. So I can queue up a shot, go to it. I just want to brag about that a little bit.
He's been having so much fun with that since we've been on Skype for like the last hour.
Yeah, well, I mean, something actually works with this program that I bought, so that's pretty exciting. So
We thought the audio worked, but we know how that went.
yeah, I
Okay,
think we got it
unboxing.
now.
Unboxing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut up now.
So actually, so here's the front of the sleeve. The bottom has some descriptive information on it, and then the back has a different shot. And this is full retail stuff that you're gonna get when you go to GameStop to pick this up or whatever. And something I just noticed, I'm going to rip this apart so we can see it. On the inside of the sleeve, there is like a schematics or like a breakdown of the whole controller, which is actually pretty neat. Oh, this way.
Dang.
Yeah, so it's like the whole thing completely torn apart, like all the parts. I think it's pretty cool. Um, okay, so then we have this super clean box. You got the Steam logo there, controller symbol here. And then that's actually it. So I got a piece of tape. I'm going to open this up. I hope this isn't too awful because I've never done an unboxing before. But go this way with it. So there we go. That's the actual controller here. You got another Steam logo here you can't see because it's pretty bright. And it's like a faded blue kind of pattern. Steam logo on the cardboard there. And then here's the actual controller. You got buttons down here on the sides. The huge shoulder buttons. These are just, the top ones are just click. Bottom ones actually have pull and then a solid click. Touch pads feel pretty good when you're clicking. I'll have to report back next week after I actually played something on it. You have a power switch right here. Oh no, that's a door latch switch, which is actually what the buttons are attached to, which is pretty interesting. It looks like you might be able to attach some sort of battery pack because there's a couple contacts right here. But then the batteries go one in each side of the controller, apparently, which is interesting. Let's see if I can get that back on. Yeah. So you have your X, Y, A, B, Steam button, forward, backward, nice joystick. It's got the Xbox kind of joystick, so it's got some groovy action on the edge there. That actually feels pretty good. It's weird because you have like that dish to it because it's kind of dipped in like right there, but I think I could enjoy this. I think that it's actually a little far for these face buttons, and they seem to be a little bit smaller than a 360 controller layout. Like the buttons themselves are smaller and they're closer together, but it could be good. I'm pretty excited to start playing with it.
Glitchy wants to know if the Steam controller. It says it looks quite nice, but how do the pads feel?
So, D-pad could be a little weird because you can't really tell when you're going which direction with them. The clicks feel really good, but I think that's one of those things that I'll have to play and probably tell you next week. Joystick feels really good. I really like it. This, like the actual friction on the pad, feels pretty good. It feels like it's plastic, but it's got a similar feel to like a frosted glass trackpad. So I think that'd be okay. I'm not sticking to it or anything, and I have pretty sweaty hands. Yeah, I just feel like that could be maybe weird on the D-pad portion. But like I said, I'll just have to let you know. And then also in the box, we got batteries, which I'm not going to use because I have my Eneloops that I'll use instead. And then the dongle's not too big. It's like a Gen 1 Bluetooth adapter, maybe Gen 2. Like it's not too big, not too small. You're not going to leave it in a laptop or anything, but and then there's a quick start guide and then a product guide. Oh, And it also comes with a USB um, dude, so you can plug this in here. And then it's got a micro USB on that end.
Oh, okay.
I can't get it to focus, but it's got a micro USB here, so you can set this on top of your desk. And so if you have like signal issues or something with your desk or something, or if you wanted to go further away from the Steam box or system you have in your living room, or if your computer's not right next to you or something. So I guess that's about it. It's feels pretty solid. I'm digging it right now. We'll have to see how it goes. I'll let you know next week. So there it is.
Very nice, man. I'm looking forward to get. I'm eventually going to get one because I want to get a Steam Link as well. And it would just be so nice to be able to just play it on my TV in the living room. Like I got a big ass 32-inch. I know that's not like super big, but
right.
You know, I got a 32-inch flat screen there though. That'd be a lot better to play on than I'm on a 23-inch here. So, so that'd be nice.
These underside buttons feel really good, which is
Really?
surprising because they're part of the panel that comes off. So like, because the buttons are actually like right there.
Oh, okay, I see.
They go. I don't know how that works. Anywho, they're right there somewhere. Oh, they're in the inside. Something. Anywho. Yep. Okay, I'm done with it. I'll play later.
All right. So, someone in the chat also brought up the Nintendo NX. Have you heard about this yet?
Oh yeah. So apparently they've started sending out dev kits, is what people have been saying.
Yeah.
Which is pretty exciting. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I was reading a article on the Wall Street Journal on this earlier, and how they've already put out the dev kits. They said they'll release details coming up next year. They plan to it seems like they're trying to push to get this out by the end of next year.
Yeah.
So,
which I guess we'll have to wait for E3 to see if that actually happens or not. But I hope it does. I want it. And then it's rumored to be a home console / actual handheld also at the same time. So one more thing really quick on this. There's actually a battery ejector on each side. So I have the battery in there, and you slide this up, and it actually pops the battery out so you can pull it out.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. Okay, I'm over with it now.
All right, I'm done.
No, but I'm excited for the NX. I'm really excited to see how that works out, and then also what kind of development time frame we're working on, and for when new games actually start coming out for that system. Because the Wii U didn't pick up very much for third-party support, but first party's been really good for it.
Yeah.
I just got Woolly World today, so I'm super excited to start playing that since it just came out today.
I'm just excited that this is going to come out. It seems like it's going to. I see this coming out in Christmas 2016.
Yeah.
Probably. They'll probably announce it at next year's E3.
That, or they're going to announce it at E3 and then release it the next month.
I don't know about that fast, but
because one of the speculations I saw was that it's going to start doing production in March or something, and they'll actually have a full release ready for July. So maybe, I don't know. And
we'll
that's
see.
A slow time, so nobody will be buying any other games because you have the summer lull. No games are coming out, so all of a sudden, boom, buy your system. Check it out.
So, and that'll work out perfect because next July is when my car payment is done.
Yeah.
And I don't have that damn hospital bill anymore. So there's $330 a month that I'm saving. So that's 2 month savings, and bam, I have those.
That sounds awesome.
F yes. So
F yes.
F yes. So you know what? Let's move on now to a little bit of esports talk.
Okay, did you want to start with League or
No, I
Dota?
want to know what the hell is going on with Navi.
Okay.
Like I'm not into the Dota scene, so
Right.
like I don't know what's going on. Like all of a sudden on Reddit, this is the top post that was on there, and all these people are talking about how these are some of the most influential players and one of the most influential teams in Dota history. I want to know what the hell's going on and why they got released.
So, for the past 2 years or so, well, first off, let's start. If you know anything about Dota 2, you know the team Navi, Natus
Yeah.
Vincere. They're like the most popular team in Dota, and they've been around for a long time. They won the first international that they had 5 years ago, and they've really kind of just been on a slow decline since then. Like the last 2 years, they've actually not really performed very well at all at the international. They've been kind of performing okay here and there in actually some other tournaments, but like it really matters to get that international, like get some placing in international, and they haven't really managed to do that. So like that's obviously something that's kind of hurting Navi as a brand and hurting the players themselves. Like Dendi is their mid player, and he is still
Wait,
one of the best mids in the game.
it's Den D.
Dendi.
Oh, I've always called anytime I've seen his name, I always called him Dende.
No, it's just Dendi.
Gotcha.
But his name is Daniel is shooting, so it's Den. I think it's just I don't know. He doesn't say
Gotcha.
where his name's from, but it's similar to his name, so I just assume that's where he actually came from. But Dendi's really, really good, and I think this is going to give him a chance to actually break out and join up with some other people. Havost is really good. He actually kind of left the team and he was back. Funnick is kind of a newer person on Nevi. I don't remember. I don't really follow Nevi that much, but he's a well-known player also. So then you have two other newbies, and for whatever reason, they just couldn't synergize after all of the shakeup happened after TI4. And I think this is just going to be good to get those players on different teams where they can actually synergize with the players and make plays happen and actually compete instead of just ruining the Navi brand name. So I'm
Gotcha.
excited to see where it goes from here. I'm not a diehard Navi fan, so it's not a big loss for me. But I know a lot of people it is a huge loss for them. But hopefully they even end up getting an even better roster that actually can do something in the majors and then TI this year. So we'll see where we go with that. We have let me cut over to me. So we have a couple of tournaments coming up. Actually, right now, I've been too busy trying to make this stuff work on the podcast and stuff to actually check it out. But right now we have the MLG finals for the year. It's our 100th MLG event, and they're doing some a Dota 2 tournament. So we have Evil Geniuses, Monkey Business, LGD Gaming, Virtus Pro in Group A. CDEC, Cloud9, Team Secret, and MVP Phoenix are in Group B. So it's going to start. What are the dates for this crap? So it starts today. We're in group stages right now, and then it goes over into Sunday, and where they'll do their finals and everything. And I think it's a $250,000 prize, which is pretty good for another tournament, especially like MLG, who hasn't had a huge presence anymore for PC stuff. The way it seems like they're mostly console focused or just kind of trying to find their way in the esports world. But they usually have pretty good coverage still, so I'm excited to see what actually happens with it. I don't know what the standings are right now, but it is happening currently. It's in New Orleans, so check that out on their website. I don't think they stream on Twitch or anything, so you have to check it out on the MLG website. But they usually have pretty good stream and stuff, so check it out there. MLG. Yep, I already did that one. Summit 4 is happening right now. We're in qualifier stages for that. That goes on until November 4th. So the whole month we're doing qualifiers for that. So you can pick up those on the Beyond the Summit stream. We have for the American qualifiers, teams are actually in it here. Are Cloud9, Complexity, Digital Chaos, Team Archon, High Council of Wizards and Priests, Not Today, Pain Gaming, Root Gaming, Elite Wolves, Team Leviathan, Unknown, Void Boys, and they've already been knocked out. But the qualifier team off of the open qualifier was God Bless. They got knocked out, but I mean, congrats to them for actually making it into the actual qualifier, getting some exposure for. So we'll see if they actually show up somewhere else or if they just continue on playing pubs or something. So we got a couple tournaments to actually watch the month, and then the majors are coming up really soon here. So just check out that stuff, and I think that's all I have right now for Dota. Yeah. So what's going on league, Chris?
Well, we are in the middle of the World Championships. Before we get there, big shakeup for TSM. We already knew. I mentioned this last week after they lost. After they went 1-5, unfortunately, in the group stage, they just played really bad. There's no way around that. I already mentioned. Dyrus is retiring. He says that he was just done. He had already mentioned before that was going to be it. He was done. So, but a couple more people stepped down. Santorin, who I already believed that they needed to change anyways, has decided to step down. And Lustboy has retired. That one was kind of surprising. He did have a lackluster year, but I think he was still such a great player. One of the most storied players in League of Legends history, dating back to Azubu Flame, or yeah, whatever. There was Frost and Fire, and he was on Azubu Fire, whatever. Anyways, it's been a long day. He is actually going to become an analyst for the team now, which I think is actually a really smart move. He's going to stay with the team, basically be kind of a streamer and do analyst stuff. Dyrus is going to stay as a streamer for TSM as well. Somebody mentioned this in a Reddit thread, how cool it would be to actually have like Dyrus and like the Odd One and people like that kind of live in a streaming house for TSM. I think that would make them a lot of money and be kind of a very cool thing to watch from time to time. So best of luck to all three of them, Lustboy, Santorin, and Dyrus. Moving over to the World Championships, we're halfway through the quarterfinals now. Mentioned last week, here are the quarterfinal brackets. KT Rolster versus the Coup Tigers, Fnatic versus Edward Gaming, Flash Wolves versus Origin, and SK Telecom T1 versus AHQ eSports. We finished the bottom half of the bracket. Yesterday, we saw the Flash Wolves taking on Origin. Origin did such a great job. They finished the series out 3-1 and moved on to the semifinals. They are the first team since Season 3 that's not Chinese or Korean to move on to the quarterfinals moved on to the semifinals that's not Fnatic. Here's the thing. On that team was Soaz and Xpeke, who are both on Origin. So I think that was, kind of really cool. Of course, if the Flash Wolves had made it, it would have been the same thing anyways, but just without, Xpeke and Soaz anyway. So today we saw SK Telecom T1 wipe the floor with AHQ. First two games, I mean, AHQ showed really good promise. They did really good, actually, compared to who they had to face in SKT, who's the best team in the world. They're probably going to win it all. I hope I eat my words next week and Origin wipes the floor with these guys, because I just want to see the West take the title. North America is going to get bashed either way, but I think it'd be really cool just to see the West take it. Coming up tomorrow is Fnatic taking on Edward Gaming. This is going to be, to me, I think this is going to be the best series of the quarterfinals. Close behind that is going to be on Sunday with KT taking on Coup. So it'll be interesting to see who's going to move on. Any four of these teams can move on to the semifinals. I think it's going to be Fnatic and KT Rolster. That's how I see that. I think after that, Fnatic actually has a good chance to beat to beat KT and move on to the finals. SKT is probably going to beat Origin though and move on to the finals. So we'll see how that goes. Those games are next week though. Tomorrow we still have Fnatic versus Edward and KT versus Ku on Sunday morning. Big games coming up. Looking forward to seeing how they all pan out. And that's about all we got for esports in the League of Legends side this week.
That sounds great.
It's been fun. This has been a crazy tournament. Hold on, excuse me.
Yeah, I've been seeing some articles and stuff about a bunch of huge shakeups and stuff. So that's pretty exciting that you guys have a lot of competition, it seems like, in this tournament. So that's cool.
This is the first year that a team hasn't come in as like, okay, besides season 1, which wasn't really a world championship anyways. That was just a tournament they had that they threw the name world championship on. Yeah. I mean, it call a spade a spade. So either way, it was still, nice to see. And, it was a pretty big tournament and did start kind of the legend of League of Legends. So, season 2 came around. Everyone thought that Zubu Frost was going to win it all. They did go to the finals, but they ended up losing to Taipei Assassins, who nobody gave a chance in the world to. That was like the Cinderella story that Taipei Assassins won. Season 3, SKT came in. They all knew SKT was going to take it. They were the most dominant team to ever step foot in League of Legends. They're still like the strongest team this year, but every other team has stepped up that moved on to the quarterfinals, and I think it's anybody's game this year. I really want to see this match against Origin. Last year, it was basically which Samsung was going to win. And then they ended up facing each other in the semifinals. So that was fun. Heck, the winning team, Samsung White, dropped only 2 games the entire tournament. Once in the one game in the quarterfinals against TSM, and TSM was such a good team that year. They blew everyone. If they had beat SK the second time in groups, they would have been on the bottom side of the bracket, had to face the Chinese, and they probably could have moved on to at least the semifinals. Mm-hmm. That was a crazy year though. Like it was. We're not talking about last year though. Moving on. They lost 1 game to TSM in the quarterfinals, and then 1 game in the finals to Starhorn Royal Club. So, but this year, it's anybody's game. Of course, SKT so far has not dropped a game. They're 9-0 so far. So it'd be interesting. I do think Origin will at least give them their first loss. But the rest of the weekend's games are going to be the best ones of all. Edward and Fnatic and Ku versus KT. It's always nice. It's kind of disappointing, but at the same time really nice when you have 2 teams from the same region having to face off in a best of 5 when it comes to the World Championship. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're getting with KT and Ku, both coming from Korea. So what I wouldn't mind seeing, though, is a Fnatic versus Origin finals, both teams from the European LCS. So cool. It would be really cool too, because SOAS and Xpeke coming from Fnatic. I mean, they rebuilt themselves as Origin this year, and Xpeke started his own team. They went from Challenger Series in spring, 2nd place in the spring qualifier, or in the 2nd place in the spring split. Ended up taking 3rd seed in the ladder, or the gauntlet. That's the right word for the 3rd spot from Europe LCS. So, and to see them go from that to the semifinals of Worlds in 1 year, and it's a truly great story.
Yeah, sounds great.
So, all right, you want to talk about this week's game?
Sure. The game this week was Amnesia: Dark Descent. Let me turn myself up a little bit here.
Okay. Yeah, this game was a lot of fun. If you want to see some of the gameplay, I've recorded 3 episodes. I've only had time to upload 2 of them because, when you record and try to upload 45 to 55 minutes of video, it takes like 3 hours to upload on YouTube.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
I have some here, so let's watch that.
Oh yeah, let's flip that over.
It. Oh yeah, look at this. Hey,
so this is from my 2nd video. If you want to find them, just search me on YouTube at DJ_ or no, it's just DJ space DarkwingD. I didn't have the underscore in there. But this game is a lot of fun. So basically, you wake up, you have amnesia. This was really cool too. In the very beginning of the game, they basically tell you to just try to immerse yourself into the story. Don't worry about doing this or doing that. Just
Mm-hmm.
immerse yourself into the game, and that was actually a lot of fun to do. And you really do find yourself losing part of yourself to the game as
Right.
you move on. And mind you, this game actually is very scary. Like the first hour of the game, it's just like a psychological thriller because you know something's supposed to happen, but it never
Right.
happens. But you hear voices and you get cut, like not really cutscenes, but like okay, you saw like the white flash there.
Yeah.
Basically, what that is it you start getting a bit of like a flashback of somebody talking to you, and like you slow down
Mm-hmm.
and you hear them talking to you, and it's very surround soundy.
Yeah,
If
so it's
that is
like
not,
you're actually remembering something that happened in the past, pretty much,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
There's like a lot of letters you find, and some of them is like letters that you wrote that you're talking to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Or well, I mean, you're not really talking to yourself in the letters, but when you hear the letters being read out, um, some of them you find letters from other people, and I think those are really fun to read because when I was doing the videos, I'd like kind of try to act them out
Sure.
and like kind
Right.
of take the cues from them. Um, but it's a very unsettling game. Like it wasn't until halfway through the second. I don't know if we're gonna get to the water part on this one.
Oh,
If
I
we
can skip
do,
forward and let's do that.
yeah, why don't you see if you can find that? And uh, that was like really the first part that scared me. Okay, so you see here how it's
Here
kind
you
of
ran out
blurry a
of
little bit.
oil, I think.
I was getting close to it, I think. Basically, the lamp that I'm holding right now, you can't see because it's covered by Clint's face. Um, there's a lamp that you have, but you got to find oil for it, otherwise it runs out. If you're in the darkness too long, you end up losing insanity, or you end up losing sanity. Like you see kind of how the screen is all kind of moving, and this is me just kind of trying to sit there and stay in the light and regain sanity. That part really screws with you.
You can't.
Oh, it's not out because I got a light source behind me.
Okay.
So, um, like you could see. Okay, rewind it for just a
There
second.
we go.
There we go. So there's the lamp. Um, but we'll wait. I'll explain that the next time that it comes up. You can also see like some of the torches on the wall. You find like flints um,
Tinder
to
boxes.
yeah, tinder boxes. There we go. I was trying to
Yeah.
remember what they were called. Um, and those basically light everything for you. You can find candles, torches, fireplaces, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but
So
light's really important in this game, right? Because otherwise you just go insane because
yeah,
you're scared of the dark. I
yeah,
guess.
basically because you're going crazy through the whole game. So sorry, I'm getting messaged. Hold on, I'm recording a podcast, dude. No, it's
Yeah.
my buddy. It's my buddy Revin that I play League with. Um,
Yeah.
but uh, so yeah, like you have to navigate your way through this castle, and I don't know if it's really castle, maybe more of a just mansion. But you basically have to descend into the mansion. Why it's the dark descent.
Right.
Oh, there you can see. Okay, pause it. Ah, just missed it.
Wait.
I'm trying to like put my finger on the screen and like you can't see, but
The
it's
hand?
basically like
You looking
right.
for the hand, or what are you looking for?
The pause menu.
Uh, no.
Oh, that was what I had to pull the thing out. Yeah, you see me pull that piece of wood out, and that blocks the door. Or whatever.
You
Move
want,
on. I'll just
You want when the I got you. Okay. I
yeah.
got
The
it.
next time it
I'll
comes
pause
up,
it.
we'll
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like a lot of stuff too. Like you see when the hand comes up, it means you can grab something, and you like literally have to move your excuse me. You have to move your controller around. Like basically, I was playing on my 360 controller.
Hmm.
You have to like pull back, or in that case, when I was spinning it, you like literally had to move it in a circular direction. So I thought that was a nice way to kind of immerse yourself. I mean, you got to pull back drawers to look for stuff. You
Right.
have to actually pull open the door. Like
Yeah. You have
I
to
thought those
swing it
were
out.
little, yeah, they were like little unique things to kind of help immerse you into the story. Um, but eventually you would like find some scary stuff. There's a lot of darkness involved. Like here, I'm completely out of oil, so I've like
Yeah.
I'm trying to look around at this point and try to find some. Um, but the game is very unsettling. It is a psychological thriller. Um, and it screws with your mind a lot because you gotta like you hear stuff all the time and you gotta think to yourself, you know, oh, this is what I found the oil. You can find little
Yeah, yeah.
barrels like that and it completely fills it up. That is so nice.
Ah,
Um,
okay, that's close. So let
there
me
we go. Okay, so
hang on.
um, all right, so this right here you can't really see. Okay, there's my crappy green screen because I couldn't get it to go. I've tried to play the whole game in the dark.
Right, but
So
then it doesn't really work with green
yeah, okay,
screen.
so
But
just
yeah,
just
whatever.
pull me back up so I can kind of point.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Okay, so all the way up over there, that's the brain, and that tries to show you all of the how much
Oh,
sanity you
you're
have.
talking about right there.
Yes, yes, thank you, Clint. Above that, way
Yeah, which
over
is
in the
right
top
there.
corner. Thank you. That's your heart. That shows your health.
Yep.
Um, up in the couple of slots up there, one of them is like
Yep,
a
right there.
right. Okay, so that I think that's for health. I can't remember exactly what that is. That right there is a pot to catch stuff in.
Hmm.
Like at one point, you use it to mix together some chemicals,
Oh,
and that's how
cool.
you burn down this, fire or this um, red gooey stuff. I don't know how to explain it, and
Sure.
I
Yeah.
can't remember exactly what that is.
Is that a
Over
tinderbox
in
or
the
no?
corner here,
Oh no, those are tinderboxes. Yeah, right.
yes,
Oh, so
those
there
are
you
the
go.
tinder boxes I was talking about. I only
Yep.
have two because I had to use a bunch because I ran out of stuff.
Right.
And right there is the lamp oil that I was talking about.
Yep.
So, thank you very much, Clint, for moving me around
Yeah,
the
no
screen.
problem.
So, can you move me up just a tad? You're blocking
Uh,
off my Twitter.
oh, I shouldn't be, but okay, let me do it anyways.
Oh, okay, well that's what it shows on. It's
Yeah, I
probably
see that.
yeah,
There
it's
you go.
probably just from
No, it's okay. We're good.
honestly, it was probably just Skype. So, okay, go ahead and hit play. Um, so
Sure, I forgot.
where
It's
was
dark.
I?
You're jumping on the hole right there.
Yeah, I got to go down the hole. I continue to descend at this point. So, um, basically, it just as you go on, the game starts to screw with you more and more. You find more about what's going on. Eventually, you find different monsters. Like I think we're actually at the water.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Yeah, it's
Um,
just in this next door, and this was to me scary as fuck. Like I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to stuff like this, I get scared easy, which I think
mhm.
makes it that much more fun. It makes me enjoy
Right.
scary movies that much further. And so I think this is it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
right here, this whole area fills up with water, and all of a sudden you hear somebody walking around, but there's nobody there. It's something invisible. Like okay, you can see the steps coming, and it just comes right at you and kills you. So I think this
Yep.
was the first time that
Anytime.
I died.
Yeah, it looks like anytime you make movement in the water, it's like, ooh, I know where you
Yeah,
are. I'm gonna
it
kill
just
you.
comes for you. And you got to navigate, jumping on the boxes and trying to get away. And then there's like in the next room, it gets even worse because you like have to start throwing limbs that you find around to
Hmm.
distract this thing, so that you can jump into the water, raise up a gate, and then get under it and into the next room,
Yeah.
and then get up on the box before he comes and gets you. It's very unsettling.
Yeah, one
Like
thing I
there's
really like about how the game plays and everything is just how it's kind of like it's like an adventure game. So
it's
like
an adventure thriller.
yeah, but then it's a lot more action focused or more precision based. Like this is kind of a jumping puzzle, so you can try and jump around at
Hmm.
certain points without actually getting in the water and attracting the dude to come kill you and stuff.
Yeah.
Which you don't really have that type of stuff in a traditional adventure game because it's
Mhm.
just like a click and I'm gonna go over there type thing usually. But I like how it's like a combination of things. So it's like adventure game, thriller, but then also has some action and precision type movement things
Yeah.
as well.
And basically, you have no way of like killing anything really.
Right, because you're just a normal dude.
You're a normal dude who's scared as shit and losing his mind.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So I mean, and that helps a lot with kind of helping you get in. Like you can see, even when you jump on the boxes, it hears you, but it can't get to you.
Yeah, because those are like floating, right? Those boxes are kind of not set in stone in the place they're at that they can be moved around. So that
No,
must count.
these ones don't move.
Oh, okay. Well then, never mind.
Yeah. So right here in this room, I was trying to figure out what the hell that lever does. It turns out that it's um, for a gate like later on, but you got to hurry up and get there and jumping through all the boxes and
Hmm.
it was kind of interesting to figure out at times.
I skipped forward a little bit. So.
Okay, where are we at? This is where you have to throw the limbs.
Hmm.
So and then yeah, so you got to get over here and there's more limbs up here. So you have to throw the limbs and then there's that little kind of wheel over there. You got to spin that and then get back up on the box and then throw more stuff. Yeah, you can see it's starting to raise up now.
Yep. But then that
But he's
dude's
gonna come
like right
get me and
behind
hit
you.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like tried to get up and I ended up getting back up in time on this one. That's when I realized you got to throw
Oh,
more.
shoot. We'll go
Oh
back
no,
there.
no, that was like just afterwards. So
Okay.
oh yeah, so you get through the next door and then everything is just water and you have to just run as fast as you can because something is chasing behind you. This part was kind
Oh
of
yeah, that's
unsettling
pretty.
as well.
That's
Not
pretty
maybe as much
creepy.
as the other parts, but it was just like run straight through. Like
Yeah, you're just
okay,
like,
and then I finally get to
I
the back
gotta
wall.
make it. This is the
Yeah, and
worst.
then I made it here, and I had such a sigh of relief. And I tried to like help it out too with kind of the mood, and I played the whole thing in the dark.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Which
and
I
like
didn't
it gave
really
me,
do. But
pussy.
well, okay.
I'm
Also,
just messing with
normally
you.
I don't get scared. I think scary movies are stupid because they don't actually scare me. But whatever.
Stupid. Clint's so
Yeah.
cool; he doesn't get scared.
Yeah. Um. But overall, what like? Would you recommend this to somebody?
Heck yeah, dude! This
Or
has been a
okay.
fun game so far. I haven't finished it yet. I'm about 3 hours in. One scary part was after I okay, so you get here, and then I went to this room on the other side, and I went through all that area first. And when I came back, there was another body on top.
Oh my.
Yeah, that was like I come back and I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
Right. But it
So,
just kind of tries to mess with you and stuff like that. So
yeah, the whole game is about screwing with your mind and trying to make you perceive what's real and what's fake.
yeah. Which is one of the
So,
things I really liked about a game that we mentioned in one of our quizzes at some point. Or I think our last quiz. Um, this reminded me a lot of Eternal Darkness on the GameCube.
oh, okay, yeah.
Because it has a lot of that unsettling and kind of messing with you. So you have to figure out, is this actually real or am I kind of just hallucinating or like what's going to happen? And is it actually going to happen? Because like in that game, sometimes something would happen to you, but you were just freaking out. It didn't actually happen to you. And the last like minute you were playing didn't exist.
Hmm.
So I don't know if this game does that later or something, or I'm sure it has
You know,
other
like
ways to mess with you too. So
like I said, I'm only about 3 hours in, probably
yeah,
closer to 2.5. But
yeah, I'm not even that far. So
like the game slowly ramps up what it does. Like, you know, before this point, I'd only seen one monster and then it was gone. Like
hmm.
it didn't stay around; it was just there and then it was gone. I thought I could open that, so I was like messing with it. Um, but once I got towards the end of this area, is when I saw my first actual. Because I think we're actually close to the end here. If you want to skip forward just a little bit,
Yeah, how far? That far?
let me see where I. Yes, this room.
Okay.
So I had to search around. There's right there, and then. Oh no, it's not this room. It must be the next one over. Unless this is when I came back and the monster was already gone. But like I opened up one of the doors in this room, and there's like the first actual monster that you have to run from and hide from.
Oh
Um,
yeah, 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 I saw that.
oh yeah, this is when I'm picking up the drill parts, and I have no. This is not the right room. Um,
You want me to go further? Further?
yeah, a little
Further?
bit further.
Too far?
I don't know yet. Let me see.
Okay.
No, I'm coming up. Okay, now I'm going around this way. Yeah, fast forward more because you go down here and there's some rocks blocking you, and you have to go back and pick up a bunch of stuff that will help blow it up. Okay, so this is the room. very like this was a special kind of darkness.
Right.
Like it was just darker than normal. So in one of the rooms, in this one there was nothing, but there's this other room over here. And once I looked in there, there's a zombie in there or whatever the hell it's supposed to be. And that one actually came after me, so I had to like run away and I hid from it. And I came back, and it eventually just ended up scaring the shit out of me. That was the first time that I wanted to just scream out a giant fuck. But I knew my neighbor was upstairs trying to sleep because
Sure.
he has to go to sleep at like the same time I do. So this was probably the scariest room I've been in so far. But yeah, overall, it was such a great game, and I'm gonna finish it off. I'm gonna finish off my Let's Play series with it as well. So,
Yeah. So
remember if you want to follow that, I'm on YouTube, DJ DarkwingD.
it's actually in the YouTube description also. So
Oh,
you
there
can
we
check it out
go.
there. Yeah, it's been in there, so you guys can check it out there.
I also got my Let's Play Kerbal in there as well. So, but that one's gonna come slower
Yep.
as I get more time. So, so yeah, overall, wonderful game. But I think it's time to pick a game for next week, Clint.
Yeah. So we had already decided during this episode on what game we were gonna play.
Oh, we are gonna go with
Yeah, we'll
Dead
do
Island?
Dead Island.
Nice. If
So
anybody wants to play that one with us, like it's on sale this month,
yep,
or this week. I don't know how long. Let me see. It's just a weekend deal.
it's probably just the
Um,
weekend. Well, because it was during the week, and so it'll probably finish in the weekend or something like that.
Yeah. So, Dead Island Game of the Year edition, $4 right now, 80% off. You can get the Dead Island collection, which is Dead Island Riptide, Dead Island Game of the Year edition, Riptide Fashion Victim, and Riptide Survivor Pack, all for 450. So I think
Yep.
that's the one I might go with.
Yeah, but we're just gonna play your
Probably
Game of
just
the
a
Year
regular
edition?
Game of the Year edition. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Sounds great.
So, all right. Well, let's wrap this up, man. So where can we find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter at icebug. It's right there. You can also find me on twitch.tv/icebug. This next coming week, I plan to be streaming some of the Dead Island as we play it, but then also I'll be streaming some Ark as well as I play it. Something I didn't mention about that is there's a big update that came out this week, and there's a bigger update coming out this weekend also
Nice.
that adds in breeding. So you can
Ooh.
actually take a couple of dinos that you tamed, or in
Make
the weekend,
fuck.
yeah, the update that comes out this weekend, you could do mammals then too.
Oh.
So then you can actually, it's like a Pokemon breeding type thing where it combines
okay.
the stats randomly, and then
Yeah.
you got to work at it to get the best stats out of all both dinos, and then make a super dino, and then make another super dino, and then make them mate. Then you have an ultra dino essentially that has max base stats, and it's a really long process to get them hatched, and then also you have to like bring them from hatchling status up through adolescent and up into adulthood, and you have to
Okay.
kind of keep a watch on them the whole time. So it's kind of a process, but it's pretty cool. It's a pretty great
Nice.
update. So, and again, we'll be playing that in the second half of November. So if you guys want to check that out, get the game, and then we'll give you server details a little bit later, and you can hop in and play with us and check it out. It's a pretty great game.
Looking forward to it. As for me, you can find me on Twitter at DJ_DarkwingD. Make sure to go subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's in the YouTube description. Or just search me up, DJ space DarkwingD, and find some of my videos there. Don't have much up there right now, but I plan to get more out as the weeks continue to go on. Mostly just Let's Play stuff. So, well, it looks like, also make sure to follow us on Twitter at ClickBoomShow.
Yep, it's
and
down
at Facebook.com/ClickBoomPodcast. So
Yes.
that's going to do it for us. He's Clint. I'm Chris. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
At least that one's not so fucking weird.
Yeah.